Hello one, hello all, and welcome back to Hollow Knight. Last time I started the game off, got to the Forgotten Crossroads, killed the Gru's mother, and pogoed my way across for some style points. You'll be sucked. Maybe I should have Tak Fuji chime in every time I die to spikes when I should have pogoed. You'll be sucked. Right. And I'd also like to emphasize that short hopping like this is something that I could have done. But when I first streamed this game, I was determined to get through by pogoing across the spikes. Don't do that. That's very, very narrow, and just a short hop is all you really need. So save yourself the heartache and misery. Don't overcomplicate things is all I can really advise when you play this game. Same thing with guys like this. There's going to be enemies with shields. This is the first of the line. Now later on you're going to come against Mosskin and soldiers and other stuff like that that have shields. But for right now, these are just beetles who have a nail and a shell shield. And pogoing is, you know, all you really need. They don't have like an upward attack. Later enemies do. Not this time. So you can just repeatedly pogo, get your pogo timing going. Invisible wall. We've got some aspids in here. God, well, I don't hate these. I hate their cousins, who are far, far worse. I do love the grubby sound effects. I think they're called grubs, but I call them grubbies because grubby. They're grubby. So, you may remember when I said in the last episode that I won't go down there because I know that it's already gated off and there's a lever on the other side. Well, this is it right here. This is right next, you know, right below Mila in the mines. And I know that because this area is not well lit at all. I mean, there's a gate here. There's clearly what looks like that toll from earlier, but I can't even tell. It's not lit. I guess I'll have to come back with a lantern. More and more like Zelda every second, right? And again, I've talked earlier about how, well, damn it, how about you actually use your eyes and see that there's an enemy there, you idiot. I've talked earlier about how this game is very, very almost Bloodborne in its design. Aggression is rewarded. Now, don't be stupid with your aggression, but you see, the more you attack, the more you can heal. This game does not coddle passive players. So, when an enemy hits you, and your first reaction is, oh god, I've got to heal, you're going to run out of healing pretty quick. And it might not even be safe to heal against them in the first place. It's all about picking your spots. Which is more complicated than enemies in something like Super Metroid. I love Super Metroid to death, but it's, you know, most of its enemies are fairly passive. If they have a pattern, it's just one note. And we've looped back around to where I was. If I were to go right, well, which is my left actually, I would get to the Gru's mother. And this is the Stagway, which I opened up before. Made my way around. You gotta love it. So, where else do I go but left? Oh, we've got another big boy. These guys will hit for 2 masks. That's your level of health. 2 masks of damage. Don't be too aggressive. You can pogo on their head, but they will still probably hit you. This is really the safest way to tangle with them. Stay on the ground. Don't jump unless you see them fall on their ass when they're going to make a shockwave. Pretty easy. And that's really the case for most of this game, or most of this opening act, I should say. I don't think... I'm not going to say, you know, a good gamer, but I don't think somebody who's careful and skilled, even on their first playthrough, should die until the boss of Greenpath, which is the next area. That's probably where you're going to die first, unless you die to some platforming nonsense. But this seems very ominous. There's a gate down. This seems like a big arena, but I guess I'm going up. Past the big arena. What could it mean? Oh no! I've got some beetles. Well, now what? Well, now it's boss time. Because, wha-bam! Say hello to the false knight. He's gonna crush you with his big mace. Now, anytime this guy rears back for an attack, get out of dodge. It's pretty basic. He's so dopey. Now, you can hit these little boulder thingies, and you notice there was a crack on the wall above me. Now, he's gonna send a shockwave my way. Now, the False Knight is really all about sort of recognizing what he does and when. Is he gonna shockwave now? Is he gonna rear back? Usually when he rears back, he goes for a shockwave right after. Case in point right there. I'm more familiar with a harder version of the False Knight, who I will come into contact with later. But False Knight is just a really, really, you know, pretty basic tutorial boss. And you might think, oh, he's still moving around. No, he's done. And now I said earlier, there's a way around. There's a crack in the wall afterwards. And he's all done. Well, that's the False Knight. I'd say take that, you fuck, but you're kind of dopey. And the doors open up. What on earth? So this was like a maggot or something inside this armor? That's some pretty badass looking armor. Whoever owned it, assuming this isn't the original owner, must have been a true badass himself. What the fuck? Got a pill bug or something as your mace head? What the fuck? Just fun little details that this game has. We'll let the thingy go. It's unkillable, so. So yeah, this armor. I guess this maggot or whatever wanted to hitch a ride and seem cool or something. But I got the city crest. I forgot all about this, but this is actually something that you need unless you're taking some alternate path, which a first-timer isn't going to. But if you watch like world record speedruns or something like that, the False Knight is actually skipped using that break in the wall that you saw earlier. It's crazy to watch the more advanced players in this game, but seem to be heading into some sort of shamanistic ruin. We've got some skulls, some fire, tiki torches. Damn. Remember what this area looks like from the outside, because we'll be encountering two more like it later on. Well, kind of. So, there's a bench here. I could sit down if I felt like it, but... Who is that creeping out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. A strange, empty face with a wicked-looking weapon. Something important has drawn you into Hallownest courts, but I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help? Say no more, friend. I'm going to give you a gift, a nasty little spell of my own creation. It's just perfect for a little one like you. So the snails are a race of shamanistic people. They've got, you know, the typical necklace thing going on. They've got the skull staff. Don't be afraid. Have faith. That spell belongs to you now. All you need to do is take it. You won't be going much further without it, I promise you. Is very correct. You need this. You remember, in my exploring, as I was sort of getting onto that pilgrim's path, there was an enemy called a balder in the way. The balder, when you get close, will turn into a ball, and you can't hurt it, which means you have to hit it with range attacks. Melee does not work. Enter what I just got. The Vengeful Spirit. Now, this is another form of soul usage. There are two ways to use soul. Offensively and sort of defensively, more like recovery. There are 3 different soul moves that you can use in addition to the heal. And each one is very important. You've woken at last. I apologize. Perhaps I should have warned you about the power of that spell. I was watching all of you as you slept, but seemed to have slipped away myself. Now we are awake. I was wondering whether you would do me a small favor. Not as repayment for my gift, of course, simply because we're now friends. You see, a horrid great beast has made its home in the heart of this temple. Such disrespect! I would be quite grateful if you were to venture deeper in and slay it for me. It's a hardy creature, but with your new power, you're more than a match for it. Good luck with this small favor, my friend. So the snail shaman is pulling some extortionist shit going on here. It's like, oh, well, you know, here, I'll give you this thing. Now, since I've given you the thing, now that you're in my debt, you know, this is Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. This is banana bread. Thanks. Now that you're in my debt, so yeah, that's the general idea. What is it? Are you wondering about this gate between us? It's a curious thing, but this door will not open until you've slain that creature lying in the heart of the temple. Don't worry about it. I'm sure the spirits of my ancestors will be watching over you. Yeah, I'm calling bullshit. I'm gonna say that you probably lowered the gate yourself. So, to demonstrate, Vengeful Spirit. Bam! You get 3 uses in your soul vessel. 3 uses of spells and or heals. You know, some combination thereof. So, it's really up to you how you want to progress. How you want to go through. But I will say, early on, Vengeful Spirit, and I did not get in the habit of using this in my first playthrough, and really not even in my sort of second casual off-stream file. I did not realize the power of this thing, and boy is it powerful. It will. I think it's worth 3 nail strikes with your base nail because you can't upgrade it. But it is a finite resource. It uses your soul gauge, so you want to be careful with it. You want to keep an eye on it and make sure that you're not fucking stupid like me. Now I've got to empty my entire soul gauge to fully heal. You see? Stupidity is not rewarded. Case in point. The knight has a knockback, which is very important to keep in mind. Now, there are ways, I believe, to minimize the knockback. I think there is a charm that you can use. But I'm not even a big fan of the charm that I'm using right now. Like, I can see the merit in becoming stronger as you're about to die, but ideally you wouldn't be about to die at all. It's just not a good strategy. So let's fill up my soul vessel all the way. Kill some stuff. Little mini balders. Nowhere near as invulnerable a shell as the big brother, but I really shouldn't be killing like every enemy that I see. It's an impulse. I must have all of the geo. All of the money. Alright, so. Now just as at the start of the game, the tutorial area, I've got some lifeblood I can get here. You can get a maximum of 3 from a lifeblood heart. So that's an additional 2 or 3 hits. Maybe it's 2. I don't know. Sometimes it varies, I think. So here's a balder. This is your tutorial. This is the enemy that's plaguing this temple. Now don't Vengeful Spirit until it gets out of its ball. This will take 4 Vengeful Spirits to kill. And voila. Enemy goes down without much of a fuss. Soul Catcher. Now this is much more useful, at least to me, than the charm that I got in the opening area. Aha. So it's done then. You've slain the beast. The poor thing. It must have been terrified of you. It used to be quite docile, but the rancid air in these caverns filled it with some ancient rage. Still, you did what had to be done. You have my gratitude. Of course, we both know you wouldn't have made it through without that spell of mine. Well, and look, the gate between us is opened. I'm sure you're quite eager to move on. Farewell and have faith. Whatever you're seeking, it will find you. Okay. Why do you hesitate? You'll get nothing more from me, I'm afraid. Though I do admire your persistence. Snails are weird people, but quite helpful. And with that, I have my first spell and my key to move on from the Forgotten Crossroads. And look, a way forward has opened. Sorry I missed you. If you're feeling lost, why not pop up to our store in Dirtmouth and purchase a map of this area. Available now for an excellent price. Cornifer. So if you go through an area without purchasing Cornifer's map, he'll have this little note card that he leaves behind. And you can purchase the map from his wife up in Dirtmouth. Meanwhile, he is going to be found in later areas of this game. So, in looking at this, I have all... Well, no, I don't. That's actually a lie. I do not have all that I need to get to a much later area of this game. That was a lie. But for right now, it will suffice. Once I sit at a bench, and I really should have sat at one, but I'm going to go to the hot springs, I guess. Doesn't really matter too much. But you know what? Actually, I'm going to go back up to Dirtmouth. Because I can find the grubbies. Where have the grubbies gone? Or where could they be? As I sit here with my 927 geo. So, as you free the grubbies, they come back home. This is their home, and this is the grub grandfather. And he gives you geo for freeing all of his kids, grandkids, whatever they are. He makes it rain. And after you've freed enough, he doesn't just give you geo. Gives you something else. That is a mask shard. Now, when I got my first mask shard, I was thinking to myself, oh my god, this is like a key. This is my Diddy Kong Racing mindset. This is like 1/4 of the Whizpig pendant or the TT pendant. This has got to be something important. It's literally just like a piece of heart in The Legend of Zelda. That's all it amounts to. It gives you a little bit more health. And that's really all. I'm going to make my way back to Dirtmouth and fall back down into the Forgotten Crossroads. Not good. But the map shop has opened.
Bapanada.
You can tell from the voice actress who did the voice of Zelda that she can't be arsed anymore. Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise! He's headed down below. He'll pop back occasionally, to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. None of us do, Zelda. Big F's to pay your respects to Zelda for her retail sacrifice. I know that all too well. Now, let's see what's here for me to sell. Alright, so she has the Wayward Compass. This quill, very, very important. I guess not if you're like an expert of this game, but I'm not, so. There are tools here to fill up your map. Whether it's to fill in the details when you sit at a bench with that quill. Whether it's pins to sort of show off landmark areas. Like, are you really low on health? Do you need to find a bench that you've been to already? Or is there a bench in the room that you haven't seen yet? That'll show up. The Stagway pin, also very important. Vendors, not so much. Vendors are few and far between. They do exist in the game, but even the lifeblood cocoons, I don't really bother with it when I'm that strapped for Geo. Same with hot springs, they're rare. If you need to go back to one, like there's only one hot spring in the game that comes to mind right now, and it's in a really hard area called Deep Nest, which might be useful. But you literally fall ass first into that hot spring. Until then, you've got to find it. So, I'm going to actually buy some markers, because markers, unlike pins, are things that you set yourself. And I'm kind of curious to make my way through and sort of keep in mind when I've come to an area that I cannot pass, whether I need some special ability or what to get through. But hello once again, Elderbug. Oh, what a turn. Our shopkeep's come home. Just wandered back in. I'd hoped for grand tales of his time below, but he seems to remember almost nothing. Maybe it was all too much for him. If you're interested in his wares, watch out. He drives a hard bargain, that one. No competition. That's the problem. It's bad for the market. Not that he's complaining. I never thought I'd see such a thing. The stag station is opened. That building lay silent since before even my time. Oh, I've heard the tales of the glorious lines, a web of tunnels running all through the kingdom. Not that I'll be traveling them, mind you. I'm quite content where I am. Did you visit that temple? A strange building, I've heard, though I'd never dare the journey myself. The braver among us once went there to pray, said they felt at peace within the walls. After a while, they stopped going. I wonder what changed. A young couple's just recently taken up residence in the house beside the station. Seems they're running a map shop, which may excite adventurous types like yourself. She's a tall bug, the wife. I told them to take a larger house, especially given they're all empty, but they like the look of that one. The way she has to bend just to get through the door. I wouldn't put up with it myself. So Elderbug is very keen to stay in his safe space, and we can't really blame him. There are horrors down below, and if he's not good with a nail, he's gonna wind up dead like all the rest of the kingdom is. So, there is one more resident of Dirtmouth right now. It's Sly, the guy we saved. Ah, hello. I knew we'd meet again. How do you like my cozy little store? I've made myself pretty comfortable here, selling old trinkets to travelers like yourself. If you're planning a trip below, I've several items that may improve your chance of survival. So you can buy a number of things from Sly. He has several mask shards on offer, multiple vessel fragments. Vessel fragments work like mask shards, except instead of needing 4, you only need 3. And they give you one extra charge of your soul vessel. So you notice that big symbol, that big circular symbol that's currently full. There will be a smaller symbol right next to it that goes there. That's one extra charge, and it's sort of a reserve. And as you take your soul vessel from full downwards, the reserve will automatically be added to the main one. So, useful. But Sly has a number of charms on offer, all of which are good. Gathering Swarm, I think, is very, very useful early on for getting every last geo that you can find. It's really important. In fact, I'm going to get the last 10 geo that I need. Gathering Swarm is just that good, and I'd like to make use of it. And it's not like 10 geos that hard to come by, so let's spend, spend, spend. Make it rain. Oh dear. I don't sit down at benches like ever. I really should. Yeah, every enemy is dead. This is what I get for not sitting down. And all that's left are just the nuisance enemies. Not even the bigger ones. Oh well. Let's respawn them, I suppose. Plus it'll fill out my map. And you see, map updated. The knight fills up his map. And once you sit at the bench, areas long cleared fill up again. Alright. Oh, come on. Just one more geo. Just one more geo. You can do it. I know you can. Alright. So there's that. Ascend back up. Let's go talk to Sly. Get that Gathering Swarm. Early on, you are going to need every single geo you can find, and this is one notch cost that is well worth it. So, Gathering Swarm, I'm flat ass broke. I've got 2 geo to my name now. It's okay. These two together are well worth it. Actually, I'm going to only get Gathering Swarm and Soul Catcher. I'm going to go without the compass. I might regret this later. But, until I get one more notch, which I can get relatively soon, as long as I keep spending my geo. There's something fun about sort of pogoing your way across things instead of just taking the ground. Again, I told you in the opening episode that there's this early place in the game, or this like really hard place in the game called the Path of Pain. People have done it, and it relies heavily on pogoing. They've gone to the White Palace and played The Floor is Lava. They're just tremendous to watch what skilled players can do with this game. They're on a level that I will never hit. And of course, it's the result of sinking a lot of hours into this game, but so be it. To pull off some of the shit that I've seen from these people, I'd say that's hours well spent. Now, things are getting a lot more verdant, more filled with flora, more flush with life. As I enter the Greenpath. And it was when I got here that I said to myself, this is Green Brinstar to me. Now, to sort of explain what I'm talking about here, when I say this is Green Brinstar, the Forgotten Crossroads are very much Criteria. They're sort of like the go-between point for a lot of different areas in the game. I guess Criteria not so much, but you know what I'm talking about. But when you go down that elevator and the music of Green Brinstar picks up, and you realize this planet is very much alive and it's fucking beautiful and it has awesome music. That's what Greenpath was for me. Except instead of awesome, listen to those winds. It is so whimsical. I love the soundtrack of this game. It fits it all like a glove. And you've got these little nuisance bush enemies. Look at this. Hiding in camouflage. You got these... Wow, that's, you alright there, buddy? Gonna blow up in a puff of that, whatever that golden smoke is that seems to be pervading the entire area. There might be some lore there. Might be some lore. But Greenpath is one of my top 3 favorite areas of the game. I think I'm always going to equate this to when I immediately realized like this game is fucking amazing. Look at the waterfall in the background. I can point to so many areas in this game and just use it as a fucking background image for my phone. Look at this. Well, assuming I don't fall down because I can't judge how to jump. Look at this. Look at how gorgeous this is. This is drawn. I cannot praise enough. And now I have Gathering Swarm, so I can sort of have all the stuff magnetically come to me. But I cannot praise enough just how amazing this game is, how much I enjoyed my... Hello. Very suspicious, but I can't get up there. Actually, I could. All I'd need to do, and I did this my first playthrough on stream, you can sort of lure this asshole up here. And voila. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You're supposed to sort of take a long way around, which I will take. I mean, I got no problem taking the scenic route. But I just wanted to demonstrate that, yes, the game totally has alternate ways that you can go to shave time off of your process. In fact, there's even quicker ways of getting up to that ledge than dragging one of those mosquito thingies. I forget exactly what they're called. Oh, no. I took damage there. There's quicker ways of doing it by using Vengeful Spirit. It can sort of propel you backwards a little bit. And people have gotten the hang of... people have gotten the hang of being able to use that to get to ledges that are just out of reach. Like, you can almost get to them, but there's just not... You need just a little bit more jumping range. There's a lot of ledges like that in this game, and so good. Again, just the art style, my god. And I've seen this multiple times already, and every time somebody fucking drew this. Sorry, seriously, holy shit. That'll give you a splitting headache. Oh god, now I'm just killing everything. They're all dead. Oh shit, now so am I. Spikes are bad. Now, anytime you see pages, it means that the map maker, Cornifer, is around somewhere. Now, you may not always be able to hear his humming. You might not be close enough for that. Follow the pages. He might not even be on the same screen. But it's a good telltale sign that Cornifer is close. Follow the map pages, and you can get there. Isn't this a contrast from the crossroads? Such a humid, lively place. The roads twist and turn in the most wonderful ways. I've done my best to chart the area ahead, though I must admit some of the area's inhabitants proved quite a nuisance. I ran into another traveler as I made my way down here. I tried to call out to her as she dashed past, but she barely even glanced in my direction. Not an appreciator of maps like you and I, obviously. So, he saw the girl. Another traveler, huh? Again, there's always lore to be found if you, no, I suck. Plus, I don't even need to do it that way. There are alternative ways. Such as that. Let's get my soul back. And let's go up and rescue the grubby. The NPCs have so much personality. Like, you remember when Mila was singing her little nummy nummy song that she likes to sing over and over again in the mines? Things that are just designed to make you smile. It would be a shame if anything bad happened to these wonderful people, wouldn't it? These buggies. They're just trying to live. Oh God. And sometimes you turn them into a sandwich. Such a mysterious clearing here. Oh God. The music has stopped. Is it boss time? No, it's not boss time.
Tiny squib, you approach fearless. Are you a hunter like me? Do you feel the urge inside to stalk, to kill, to understand? Then take it, my journal. It will aid you. At first the text may seem difficult to discern, but a learned hunter will come to understand its words. Venture the depths of this land and slay its beasts. Prove yourself worthy to bear the mark of hunter.
So as he spits out his journal, the hunter's journal, and all of a sudden you've got yourself a fancy schmancy little bestiary.
Little squib, you may have overcome a few creatures, but you are only just beginning. Don't delay. Descend into the belly of this world and hunt down the life you find.
Mysterious hunter, though. Very mysterious. And I think that's a good stopping point. So as always, guys, thank you for joining me as I play through Hollow Knight and just enjoy myself like a kid in a candy store, because I love this game and exploring its depths. It doesn't get old for me. I don't know what it is, but I thank you all, and I'll see you next time.